Pause. -0. Pause. Stop. Bottom of pause. Budget.
Okay, guys, so if when I upload recordings next time, if you guys find dates attached to them, it's because I haven't been using my data to upload recordings. I'll be using Wi-Fi when I go to the shops to upload my recordings, because I'm chewing up all my data in my phone, and I've got nearly a week left of data, and I don't want to chew it all up. I've probably got 18 or 17 gigs left, which is quite a lot, but I can chew it up pretty good. And in order to use my other 10 gigabyte package in this plan, see, I love my new Optus plan, I get so much out of it, it's amazing. I have to have a plus data balance, so I've got to have data, my regular data, in order to use my 10 gigabyte package. I don't know why that is, I can't understand. I did forget that I do have data rollover, but I just don't want to chew up all my data just because I've got data rollover, because if it's a rainy day or I'm extremely very sick, or I'm in hospital, or so in other words, if I'm extremely sick, because, maybe I won't go to the hospital if I'm really sick. I could go to the hospital feeling well and still have to have surgery over something that isn't even making me sick, but it will prevent me from getting sick. Okay, so let's just say if I'm extremely sick or I'm in hospital, I need to have that data there for if I'm not using Wi-Fi, so that I can play with it all day and all night and have a good time. You know? I want a good time while I'm sick or while I'm in hospital. I want a lovely time. Obviously some people know what my good times mean, which is to play with my phone forever, so I get distracted pretty easily. I get very distracted. I get very, very distracted. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, forget it. What am I meant to do? What the hell am I meant to do? Oh, that reminds me, I want to do my washing before it builds up. I think because I'll be at home. I don't know if I want to go for a walk today or tomorrow. My head feels a bit like it wants to keep on bringing on a headache for some reason. I don't know if it's a migraine as much as it's just a headache, because if it was a bad migraine, I wouldn't even be feeling well lying down, whereas when I'm lying down, I feel a little bit better. So I'm like I'm still, feeling a bit off, but I'm just better, you know? So, I don't know, I think it's a winter germ. It's like a head cold, but I don't feel so nasally, and I'm keeping away from everyone. God. Oh, I suppose I should get up and dress up, I suppose.
Pause. Button. Stereo.
So, I'm back. I'm going to make a gigantuan cup of coffee. I don't care if it's a bit after 12 o'clock. I'm going to have cereal. and I don't care if I only eat cereal now and dinner tonight. I don't really care. I can do what I want in life. Everybody else doesn't have to like it. That's tough Bicky for them. Tough. I've got all my washing put away. I'm doing my washing. So that's good enough for me. Even if I didn't go out today and I go out tomorrow, I've still got a bloody headache. I still have a fucking headache and I don't know why I have to have one. Can't understand that. I don't know why I need to have a headache. I don't understand headaches. I don't know what to believe about that. Maybe it is okay. Better be okay. I've got a hospital appointment on Monday to check my eyes. I might just rest all weekend. Who knows? So, I'm going to be ringing up Jim's cleaners next week. They're going to come back out and help me clean up my unit. They will. And I'm going to be attempting to make scones. I want to wait till Sunday to do it because I can spend all day at home on Sunday to do it. So, yeah, I can just do that. Haven't tried yet, but I wanted to get some pizza base, a pizza base, and make pizza. Haven't tried it yet. Haven't tried. Have not tried. But I feel as though I might fail my pizza thing, so I think I might just have a big. I don't care what anybody thinks. People can think whatever they like. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at all, actually. I'm thinking of having cereal and then some curried mince and then some pizza. And I don't care what anybody thinks. If they want to, you know, treat me like I'm being a pig or whatever they want to do, that's their problem. I don't care. I don't give a shit. My life, and I'll do whatever I want with my life. I'll do anything I like with it. No one that tells me what to do. Anything I want to do. A lot of people go, oh, it's sad you don't have your family. It's like, it is not. I'm living how I want to live. You people in India think you know what we want in Australia. Why don't you go back home to India and tell those people what they want, because you certainly don't know what we want. Bloody stupid Indians. I hate Indian people. Don't like them. They think they're real nice by telling me, oh, try this, do that. It's like, you don't know what I want, fuck off, go away. You don't know what I need, get out of my life. No one tells me what I need in my life. I don't let anybody do that to me. I don't like Indians, full stop. Bloody stupid people. I think they're dumb. Don't like them. Even if I decide not to have pizza today, I'm going to be getting it next week. Because I can't make pizza, that's how it is. I can't make it and...
Stereo, Amphora,
Yeah.
48.0K. iPhone microphone, -3, 1, 1. iPhone stereo, Amphora, 48.0K.
I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why I've got a headache. I don't know why. It's been going for 2 days now and I don't know what's happening. I know I hate winter. I hate it more than you'd like to think. Can't wait till we're back in spring. I will be downloading these recordings when I get to the library because I don't want to chew up my data. I just don't want to do it. And I'm being told from computer people that I need to have a Wi-Fi service connected. And I said, what about iPhone tethering? And they're like, yep, you can use that to use your phone, use the internet and play games. But if you want to fix anything up in the Windows software or download new programs that are more than 64 megs to download, then you need a Wi-Fi connection. Okay. Well, there's some things I can look forward to. Saving up for a new laptop, getting a new phone, and getting Wi-Fi. Wow. Just fucking wow. So yeah. Don't know why I got a fucking headache. I had a headache which lasted a day, 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and now I've got another one. Maybe it's a hormone headache. Anyway, I've got a headache and I'm okay otherwise. I'm just glad that I've got the washing sorted because bloody I had a lot of towels to put away, a lot of clothes to put away. Now I've got heaps more clothes to put away when they're out of the dryer, and more towels to put away when they're out of the washing machine and put in the dryer. Wow. Just fucking wow. I reckon, because the library's open till 7 tonight, I reckon by this afternoon, if I'm feeling like my headache's going away. That's the other problem in the last couple of days, is my stomach's acted like I have a bit of a bug in the system. I keep coughing too, which is weird. And my stomach's giving me this bug in the system thing where I spit up a bit but don't even like spew up. I just sort of go, ugh, yuck. And it's like, ew, like baby spewing, for example. Ew, like, ooh, yuck. I reckon it's got something to do with it. Anyway, I haven't deteriorated, and yuck. If I'm just spitting up sometimes but not actually spewing, I'll just leave it at that and be like, oh well, I've got baby spewing, I've got a baby bug. Yuck. No, I don't have any of that. I've got a little kid's bug. That little kid's cat. Oh well. They're not allowed to have coffee or poor babies, but I can. Yep. I'm allowed to have coffee, unlike the little kids who go oh, and spew and go, oh, I can't have coffee. Anyway, the doctor can't blame it on taking a tablet every day of the week because I'm not sick every single day of the year, just periodically from time to time in the year, but not every fucking day. Nose a bit yuck as well, it's a bit nasally, a little bit. Yeah. So I'm sure I've got some cold thingy. The other thing that I think about as well while I'm considering it, yuck, yuck, maybe I am sick, yuck. Okay, so what I've been thinking of is Okay, so if anyone I know is listening to this, just take it for what it is. It's just how I feel about things. But over the last week, I've pretty much hardened my resolve not to have what I consider unnecessary treatments that the doctor recommends unless it's like I really need treatment. Because something happened where a doctor, and I'm not naming the person, I'm sure they know who they are. A doctor did an exam and found that there was something happening with this person. So this person had a medical procedure because the doctor thought they were cutting out a cancerous tumour, only to find out that it was not a cancerous tumour. And I thought, oh right, so you wouldn't know the difference between a tumour and something that's just a sore and it will go away. So this person got medical treatment for no reason. And I thought, oh, now I have a reason not to get my moles checked because they could be black because of any reason. They're not always cancer. Just because they're black doesn't mean it's cancer. So we don't know when we're going to get cancer or if we're not going to get cancer, and getting a checkup doesn't guarantee anything. Getting a checkup doesn't guarantee that you won't get cancer. And if you catch it early and get it cut out, it's probably not even cancer anyway, so why cut it out? In some cases, cancer is caught early and people are treated for it and they're fine, but I'm not going to waste my time getting attention I don't need just because I might one day get an illness detected on a screening process when I might never get such a fatal illness. Doesn't mean I won't, but it doesn't mean that I will either. So I'm not putting myself through rigorous testing for nothing every single year, getting moles taken out and whatnot, just to hopefully catch an illness early that I might never catch anyway. Never catch or never develop. Like, oh, let's go get all these different checks every single year so that we can determine that I might get sick from breast cancer or bowel cancer or whatever, just to hopefully catch it early and treat it when it's never going to happen. And then it might happen and it can be treated early, but I'm not going to waste my time worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. And for me, getting a checkup means I'm worrying about something that's not going to happen. The only time I get any concerns like that is if I've recently been really crook, had to go on medication, and there is a horrible probability that you're going to get crook because the medication may not be working or it's the wrong diagnosis. There is a horrible possibility of that happening, so I freak out for the first few times of going to the doctors after going on medication because I don't know if something's going wrong, so I waste time and get symptoms checked out and medication routines checked and that, just to waste a bit of time, change things a bit, just to waste a bit of bloody money and medical care, just to find out that nah, everything's okay, which it probably isn't. And if you don't get it checked, it'll get worse. But if you do get it checked and it's okay, it isn't going to get worse anyway. You just come good after a few weeks, like you just come good. So they're the things that I'm thinking of now. So I'm not going to waste my time being upset over something that, you know, may or may not happen, because like I could eat a really healthy diet, which I sort of do, but I can, and I could die tomorrow. Or I could eat junk food, takeaway food, and live till I'm 90 odd with a lot of health problems. But I could also die tomorrow as well. So I don't want to worry about shit that's not happening. You know, like, people die healthy, people die sick, people die old, they die young, they die when they're babies, people die at any time. Everyone has the audacity to say, oh, eat a well-balanced diet so that you don't die early. But you might die early when you're eating a healthy diet. Eating a healthy diet doesn't mean that you won't die early. It just means you won't die from dietary-related diseases, but you will die from something else. You will either die from old age or you'll die from something else. And having a really good diet guarantees that you're most likely going to die from old age if something else doesn't happen. But that's the catch. But if you eat a really bad diet, you can die from dietary related diseases, but you could also die before you die of a disease too. So I don't understand all of this shit about people wanting to live a long and healthy life by eating well, when eating isn't going to stop your death. It's going to prolong it, but it's not going to stop you from dying of a car accident or anything. So now I'm just eating and drinking whatever I feel like eating and drinking, because if I die early, it could be from a food related illness like drinking too much Coke, this, that or the other, you know. But I could die from something else too. Like that time when my blood pressure was starting to spike and I could have gotten a stroke, and without too much information, it was due to me having to take Nurofen all the time, and it was due to me having to put up with pain all the time. And if you keep doing that, you get really sick and you could die. Now, the doctors know the risk of death, so they put me in an ambulance and put me into the hospital with my high risk of death, not allowing me to go home until my death risk is low again. So I'd be put in a hospital until my death risk goes from really high to really low. Low means I'm highly unlikely to die in the next year, unless I'm caught up in an accident or something happens, but I'm highly unlikely to die otherwise. If I'm very highly likely to die this year, I'd be going to the doctors every couple of weeks and maybe eventually into the hospital. And, you know, I went to the hospital on the 4th of March because I had a high death risk. Even though I was feeling quite well, there was a very high possibility that without treatment I could bloody well die. Even though the birth control pill was working, I was still uncertain as to whether there was something that needed treatment or not, because if you don't get it checked and you're not okay, then you don't know what you're going to die from and you just die anyway. But then after my appointment, it was discovered that my death risk is low and that there wasn't anything that needed treatment at this stage. But there's a high probability that something is wrong, and it will show up later as I get older. But at the time, my death risk from this issue was really high until they did a check and found out that no, it's actually low at this stage. So when I get a call in, I think it's September or something, or August, from the gyno, if she discovers that I'm still okay, besides catching winter bugs and that, then there's probably a low probability at that stage then that I'll need treatment later on, because I'm not getting worse now. And so if they determine that I'm okay and that my death risk is low, then that means that I can go home knowing I'm not likely to die. But if I hadn't gone to that hospital appointment, I wouldn't have known if I would need treatment or not, and I would not know if I was going to end up in the hospital or not to prevent my death. So, you know, those things all have to be checked. Other than that, yeah, I'm doing pretty good so far. Apart from this, I don't know what type of bug it is, because I don't get checks at the doctors to find out what virus it is. I don't go through all of that shit. My GP, he would say, yeah, it's a virus, but I want to find out what it is, and then he would. And then he'd get me something that I have to take. It'd be like, oh, I don't want to do that. It would be so that I don't die again. God. If there is one thing that the doctor wants, he doesn't want me to have too much coffee. I'm not allowed to have more than 3 cups of coffee a day, because he's done heart checks and that reckons my heart is physically okay, but with the way I can sense my chest from time to time, if I have more than 3 cups of coffee, I'll feel like I'm having heart issues. So I'll force a medical exam on the heart and lungs, only for the doctors to go, nah, you're just having too much coffee. You know, and it can spike up the blood pressure as well, so I can't have more than 3 cups of coffee a day, otherwise I'm fine. I probably get more than 3 cups of coffee a day anyway, because I get a heaped teaspoon for each cup of coffee. I don't use a level spoon, I use a heap spoon. So if I have 2 cups of heaped teaspoons of coffee, then I've essentially had 2 heaped teaspoons in each cup of coffee gives me about 3 level spoons of coffee, which is what I'm allowed, and that's it. I can't have more than 3 level spoons of coffee a day, so I get about that nearly every day. I can't go over that amount because it'll make my heart look like it's playing up, and I don't know why my heart reacts like that to more than 3 cups of coffee. I can't work that out, because other people can have a lot of coffee, you know, and they're fine. And I have Coke too, and the doctor won't let me have, he didn't give me a limit on cans of Coke per day, but because I drink coffee, he reckons 1 can of Coke a day is good. Even if it's bad for you, he's like, it's better than having more than 1 can of Coke a day. Even though he wants me to not have any Coke, doesn't want me to have any Coke. So if I want Coke, I can have 1 can or less each day. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, if I want 2 cans of Coke, I'll have 2 cans of Coke. So I have 1 or 2 cans of Coke a day, but not each day of every week, just sometimes. So yeah, let's just leave it at that, and I might live till I'm 105. I could die when I'm bloody 60, you know. Oh well. You know, anything can happen. And if I die early, I don't want anyone saying, oh, you had the wrong food, you had this, you had that. It's got nothing to do with diet. It has nothing to do with it. People die because they're very old or they've gotten sick. It's got nothing to do with diet. The people that do die from diet problems are people who've bloody had nothing but fruit. They don't eat anything but fruit and they wonder why they get sick and die. That's fair enough. And some people drink, you know, 10 or 11 or more cups of coffee a day and they'll have a heart attack. It's like, well, then you're drinking too much bloody coffee. Like, people die from dietary related things like that, but not just from having a typical diet. Oh well, whatever. I could dwell on this for hours and nothing's going to change, so I'm just going to live and enjoy life and think, oh well, you know, like I'm going to have a can of Coke with bloody curry mince and rice. Like, so what? What if I don't want water at the time? What if I want Coke and then I'll have some water later? And I'm not going to let the doctor change medications just because I feel sick from time to time, because it doesn't feel like medication sickness. It doesn't even feel like bloody, oh, that's right, my periods are, you know, they're just, I don't feel any of that. I don't feel anything. I only feel it restricted to the sugar tablet, but I don't feel it crippling where I can't move. Which is what I tell doctors. I'm like, if I need to take painkillers, I'll be finding out why I need them so that I can stop taking them. Because I've got Lemsip Max in that cupboard. I don't even take that. Not because I can't have it, I just haven't taken it for a long time. So, yeah. And for me to take that, I think it's Lemsip Max Multi Relief, I'd have to go to the doctors and ask him if it's okay to take it. And if it's not, then I'd get it refunded at the chemist. I'd get him to write a note and get it refunded. But yeah, it amazes me that medication that's meant to save your life can kill you. You know, it's meant to save your life, but yeah, you can't have it. You know, it's weird. I think it's very weird, but anyway. Oh well. Or whatever. So I've got big heaps of frozen meals in there now, which is good. Big heaps of frozen meals in the freezer. Am I happy about that? I'll be mucking around with my barcode scanner today and checking what I need to be doing to get it working, because it's not finding it and I don't know why it's not working. And I sent an email to those people in America who sell this product, so, you know, if they don't help me, then I'll just buy a new product. I don't like the NDIS, so I'm not going to use them to help me buy stuff when I can pay for it myself. I absolutely hate the NDIS. I actually feel like moving overseas to like America or Canada or somewhere, because like I just don't like living in a country where you have to have an insurance package that you can't even use how you want to use it, because the organisations that you get don't do your specific goal commitments, like with Vision Australia. I can't get them to do martial arts every week because they can't guarantee that a support worker will be available every week to do martial arts. See, I just can't believe that, people can be like that. Absolutely crazy. And this is what happens when you get an NDIS managed plan, is your NDIS approved providers, they don't give you what you want in your plan. You get certain things, but other things that you want aren't offered. Like, wow. Yeah, no, the only thing I'm going to care about now with my immediate future is if the doctor says, oh, this is happening today and this is what you did and that and the other and you can't keep doing, fine. But I'm not going to worry about any long-term stuff. Not going to worry about it because it's just shit anyway. Fucking crap. It's bloody bullshit. I'm so glad that all my stuff is being cleaned and washed and that. I think if I'm going to have Jim's cleaner come over next week, I'm going to basically wash all my clothes the night before, because that way they don't have to worry about the washing. Because they spend an hour here to do cleaning, but they spend 20 minutes of that time just searching the unit, seeing what needs cleaning, what doesn't. It's like, they don't have to do that, but anyway. Oh well. Oh, whatever. And I also reckon that half the reason why I'm not fitting a lot of stuff into my freezer is because of how much bread's in there. There's like 1.5 loaves of bread in the freezer. You know, if I could just take out that other loaf, well, half loaf, I'd fit a lot more stuff in the freezer. Anyways, we'll sort that out in a minute. We will. As for that Vindaloo curry last night, I put in 3 heaped teaspoons of Vindaloo curry paste into the food, because you don't need to put the whole jar in, you just put in 3 heaped teaspoons, because if you put the whole jar in, the paste won't dissolve properly. Honestly, it is absolutely beautiful. It is fantastic. It is absolutely yummy. Beautiful. It is delicious. Gonna get the bread out. Just have to see, check something. Bread out. Bread there somewhere. No, that's chops. That's. Oh, where's my bread? It's in there. Where is it? Here. There it is. Got the bread out. Okay, now I'm going to put, how many slices do I want? I want 3 slices, because I don't care about everyone else's feelings, I care about my own feelings. Thank you. All I'm concerned about. If you don't like how I eat, then tough. Too bad, whatever. I don't care really, I don't give a shit. It is my life, my existence. I will eat however I want to eat. It is Michelle's life. Fuck everyone else. I'll do whatever number 1 wants to do. Michelle just thinks about Michelle, no one else. Everyone else can just get fucked. Michelle just does whatever Michelle wants to do, and that's it. Do whatever I want. I guess with that thought in mind, I don't have to think of how to take my own life, because I have a reason not to take my own life. I don't know. I think of taking my own life because, like, what is there to live for? But if I'm just living for me, I'm not living for anyone else, I'm just living for me, then I have something to live for. It happens to be me. That's how I see it. Curry here. Forgot to shit. Yeah, if I just think about me and I'm just living for myself, I got no reason to commit suicide or anything like that. It's when I'm thinking of everything else in life, such as why is the NDIS not supporting me, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh fuck this bloody life, I hate it, I just wish I could die. But if I'm thinking just about what I want and how I can support myself, and that's it, then it's all about me. It's not about the NDIS. It's not about how can I kill myself because the NDIS is shit and they're not helping me with my goals. Now it's all about me and how can I suit myself and serve my own interests and that. It's just so much nicer to think of it like that. Because then the doctor could make up some excuse like, oh, if you want to serve your own interests, you don't like to be uncomfortable or painful. Why don't you let us do this and that? It will suit your own interests. And I'll be like, it probably will, but it suits you as well. Like I would say, I know you don't want me to live with pain. I don't want to live with pain either. But at the same time, I want to just live my life just as comfortably as I can and not really live for tomorrow. I don't have a purpose in life to live for. So, yeah, that'll make the doctor think, and then he'll probably get me a psychiatrist. But, oh well. Oh well. Whatever, I reckon whatever. You know, like everyone has to live, everyone has to die, so, you know, whatever, as they say, you know, I'm not here for I'm here for a long time. I'm here for a fun time, I'm not here for a long time, as they say. You've got to be happy while you're here. You know. So... the little children who I won't name on here, but the little children who happen to be some relatives of mine, they're like, what? How can you say such things? We're here having a good life and we want to be here for a long time. And what I can't say in front of my family to them is, but I can't say it, but I'd love to say it, but I can't. One of those things that you know you want to say but you can't. Maybe they're too young, maybe the family don't agree with my beliefs or whatever the case. But anyway, I'd love to say, mate, you feel that way now because you're young. You're young and innocent. When you get older, you'll understand. But due to my family disapproving my beliefs and that, you know, Mum doesn't agree with me either, but she supports me even though she doesn't agree with me because she knows if she doesn't, I'll just say, oh well. Don't support me, I don't care. So she doesn't agree with me for what I believe in, but she just accepts that. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just let you be happy. You know. Mum wants me to have a good, healthy diet, and I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. You know, it's not going to happen. I'll have a reasonably healthy diet, but, you know, it won't be bloody perfect, I can assure you. I can bloody assure you. I might make Vindaloo beef curry at some point. I might just make beef Vindaloo curry. Oh, get some diced beef. Yeah. I love those bloody microwavable potatoes. I love them. Fucking awesome. so fucking awesome they are. Oh. So yeah, I will say I'm very happy with how I make my lunch and dinner now. Very happy with it. I had a small bowl of it. Actually, that's what I like about making frozen meals. I had a small bowl of this last night. What I like about frozen meals is that you can make it and eat whatever you want. You don't have to have it straight away. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Whatever you don't eat straight away, put it in the freezer. That's all I do. I love adding tins of tomato to my curry too. It just makes it really yum and sweet. Because they add ingredients to the tomato to make it sweet. I might make chicken tikka masala one day. That'll be bloody beautiful. I'm definitely going to make chicken tikka masala. Because you can either make it in the slow cooker or on the stove top. I accidentally put onion skin in this. Yuck. I don't know how. Oh well. There's onion skin in that. Anyway, I love making stovetop curries. Oh, that's right. Next week I must buy that saucepan set. I'm jealous and I have to have it. Because it comes with a really large pot and a medium size and a small pot, and they'd be fucking awesome. I'll be able to make stovetop meals every single day. Stovetop curries, stovetop rice or pasta dishes where you cook the rice in your cooker and then you mix the rice into whatever you've made. And then I can reserve the slow cooker for when I won't be at home. This is so fucking yum. am definitely making this again. I think the mistake people make when they use curry paste is that they put too much in and it doesn't dissolve properly, because the more paste you have, the more fluid you need to dissolve the paste. And the jar is only designed for you to put in a tablespoon of, or a dessert spoon of paste in at a time, or less. It's not designed for the whole entire jar to be put in. It's not like the tin of curry paste that you get and you can put the whole thing in. It's not like that. Otherwise you could just do that. Oh, this fucking curry. The rice really thickens it up. It's beautiful. Yum. I don't need to buy frozen meals because I can make it myself. I can make it myself. I will say it's a good sign that even though my headache's still a bit off, it's there but it's going away slowly. I know it's a good sign that I can still eat and drink when I want. Now my nose is running, so I reckon that my headache has something to do with me having a nasally type of cold thing, and that the headache is just one of the symptoms of this cold or whatever I've got. Oh well, whatever I suppose, eh? This is absolutely fucking beautiful. Absolutely yum.
iPhone microphone. Minus step. Pause. Stop. Stop.